If you start from the premise, I've been talking a lot about curiosity, that curiosity is essentially how you connect. If you are not curious about another person, you cannot connect to them. We live in a culture that doesn't nourish curiosity. In fact, we think it kills cats, right? I mean, that's our only expression we have about curiosity is. I mean, is that curiosity kills the cat. So the idea is that we think, and we even call interpersonal curiosity gossip, which is we see it as a negative thing. It can be a negative thing. But gossip is not interpersonal curiosity. Gossip is sort of saying bad things about people. So the idea is that we don't nourish curiosity, but curiosity is necessary for human connection. If I'm not curious about you, I cannot connect to you, you cannot connect to me. So if you look at the models of mental health, the Surgeon General Vivek Murthy just came out with a whole model of mental health that's being spread on Twitter and LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. There's no curiosity and there's no listening in this model of mental health. There's equity, belongingness, all good things. I mean, those are all good qualities. Those are all good things. But there's no listening, and there's no listening with curiosity. And ultimately, we're not going to solve the mental health problem if we're not curious. And we don't build connection of, so what's your experience? And this is the other thing, not just what your experience is, but what can I learn from you about the world and also about myself by learning about your experiences. So that real curiosity that we have. So going back to the culture of corporations, it's the same thing. When you look at leadership training, I promise you, if there's listening, it's just the dumb kind, meaning don't interrupt, right? And in fact, if you're really curious, you often interrupt, by the way, because you say, right? You say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? And then what happened? And then what happened? Right? So you actually, interruption can be a good thing if it's a curious interruption. So it's don't interrupt, or it's simply, I remember reading a book about listening that said, make sure you remember to breathe when you're listening. And I say it in my sort of snarky way, honey, if I'm paying attention to the way I'm breathing, I'm not listening.